Hey, hello, how's it going? Welcome back to another Brotato video. It's me, Cranberry. How's it going? Hopefully you are doing well. I'm having a pretty good one. I'm just chilling. Just got back from work. I recorded a slice and dice video before this, and it went pretty well, so I'm happy about that. And I'm happy to be playing some Brotato for you too. So in the last video, I realized halfway through the video it would be a good idea to solicit character recommendations from the comments. So doing it at the start of this one, I feel like makes more sense. So if you have a specific character you want to see me play, you should leave a comment saying that you want to see me play them. And whichever comment gets the most likes will be the one that I actually play for the next video. So on the last video, a couple people left a couple different comments, and only one comment got one like on the last video at the time of me recording this. And it was kind of funny because it was not a request for a specific character. It was a request for a character who was like easy for a beginner to play, right? That was the request. I mentioned talking about how Lucky is a pretty strong character right now with the new DLC stuff added. They're pretty easy. The problem with Lucky as a character to play for this video is that they play very, very similarly to the Druid. They both just stack luck, right? So I felt like it would be kind of boring to do back-to-back luck-based videos. So I figured for today, we pick a pretty easy character from the DLC, and in my experience so far, I think the easiest character might be Ogre. I'm not 100% positive on this, but I've had a lot of luck with Ogre. They're very interesting, and they're very cool. So I figured they'd be a good character to play for this one. Just a quick rundown of how they work, as you can see here. Enemies take double damage, or enemies taking double damage, God, I can't even talk anymore. Enemies taking double their max health as damage explode instead, right? You get plus 10 melee damage in the character too, and you can equip ranged weapons, minus 50% attack speed, minus 10 speed, right? So the whole point of this character is we're going to be stacking health, so that way the explosions deal more damage, right? And we're going to be using some sort of melee weapon to trigger that explosion in the first place. The thing about this is that's really cool that I didn't realize on first glance with this character is that the explosion can trigger more explosions. So the idea is that you basically create a chain reaction of explosions with Ogre. That'll be ultimately pretty strong. As far as the starting weapons here, it's a pretty easy choice for me. There's a couple of okay choices. I think Fist is okay, but I think for my money's worth, Rock is the way to go here, right? Very, very good. Is a primitive and a blunt weapon, so you're gonna get max HP just from the tribal bonus of primitive. It's gonna be pretty good. You can maybe try to convince me that Cacti Club is not bad here. I don't like it very much though. For me it's definitely a rock angle. So let's hop in here. So as you'll see, you do kill them. Now a weird thing about Ogre, something to keep in mind, is that Ogre's explosion damage also scales negatively with attack speed. So what that means is that we actually do want to have a pretty low attack speed on this run ultimately. I was trying to hit them in there too, unfortunately. Anyway, so yeah, we want to have a low attack speed. We don't want it to be like, you know, negative infinity optimally, but we do want to have a low number. Now, early game, we're going to be rolling for rocks here. Another nice thing about rocks is that they're cheap. They cost very little money, right? That was like $12 as opposed to like the spear being $23. We're just going to stack rocks. That's the plan. Tree is not a bad pickup here, but we really just want to, to the best of our ability, dig for rocks here. So we're going to roll one more. Unfortunately, won't be able to afford the next rock we see, but we'll lock that in. That's an okay start. We're getting the overkill on the lobsters, which is very good here. Try to group them up too for the explosions to overkill. Very nice. This is a good start. This is a good start for the Ogre, and you'll see the explosions may be a little underwhelming right now. It'll get crazy as we get on further here. I'll take a rock. I don't love Propeller Hat this early. Really just kind of looking for, I guess we maybe could have locked it. We're just really digging for rocks. I mentioned this in the last video, but it's worth mentioning here as well. The way the first, I think 2, maybe 3 shops work, I forget how it works, honestly. It's been a while. But the way the first couple shops work is that you're guaranteed to see 2 weapons in the shop. One of the best things you can do in the early game is just get a bunch of copies of whatever your build's weapon is, right? So we're playing a rock build here. So we're just looking for rocks, right? There's also some, I don't know the exact math on it, but there's some hidden mechanics revolving what weapons show up in the shop. You're more likely to see duplicates of the current weapons that you're using. You're also more likely to see weapons in your, like, weapons school, right? So if you have, like, a primitive weapon, you're more likely to see primitive weapons in the shop. That's kind of how it works now. Again, tempting to take some attack speed here, and a little doesn't hurt, but taking attack speed here does lower the damage of our explosions right now, which is important to keep in mind. I'll lock a belt here. Look for some more rocks. Yeah, we're not guaranteed to see 2 anymore. I think shop 3 you're guaranteed to see at least 1 weapon per shop, if I remember correctly. Little unlucky there. Oh, another rock. Yeah, we'll buy it. Why not? Cool thing about rocks too. Another important thing to mention about rocks here as well. At first, they do damage. That's it. The first upgrade, they have a baseline increase to your armor as well. And eventually they'll give us a baseline HP upgrade. Now, looking at the set bonuses here, we talked about primitive before. Blunt gives us armor and HP, but it gives us -2 our speed. So you're going to want to find some speed upgrades here. Now, Ogre, negative starting speed, but there's no penalties to our explosions for our movement speed. So we want to get some movement speed in here to offset the blunt movement speed penalty. We don't want to be super slow. Generally, speed is fine, but you don't need too much of it. But we want some. We want some speed for sure on this run. It's a weird mix it's a nice mix of balancing offense and defense here. One of the nice things being is that more HP is effectively more offense because the explosions will do more damage the more HP we have, right? So it is nice when your defensive stats contribute to your offense. It's a nice thing. Kind of obviously, right? Now, just mentioning before, we need some movement speed. I'll take this here. I'll take a rock. Don't want to get... Coffee is not bad, but on this character, it's not great. So I think we'll skip on that. Acid's good to lock in here. We don't care about dodge chance too much. And the rocks have a high base knockback. We just got the knockback bonus from Black Belt 2, so that shouldn't be too big of an issue. And I'll take oh, banner probably actually not that good, never mind. Again, reflexively I'm like, ooh, banner, I love that item. Not that good on this character. Ooh, and we're now no longer getting the one-shot kills on the lobsters. Gotta be careful about that. Although we're getting I should clarify, we're getting one-shot kills, we're not getting the overkill on the lobsters right now. Important to note the difference there. But we're not... Okay, we are overkilling the little aliens. Okay, good. Second, I thought we weren't even overkilling them. We're fine. We're fine. I'm trying to get to this tree here. Very good. Okay, not too bad. We need some more damage though. Obviously, we're falling off a little bit here. Speed. Ooh, +6 HP. You do love to see that. I'll take an armor upgrade hit here too. We're at 11 armor. That is very nice. And whistle's not the worst of all time. I can take a whistle here. Although the problem, actually, maybe my issue with whistle, we'll lock it here. That's fine. My main issue with whistle is it'll be hard to chase down the spawns because our movement speed is so slow. But I think ultimately it won't be a big issue because I think the idea is that we'll just be killing the mobs and enemies the loot goblins are in, and that'll do enough damage to usually kill them. That's the hope, at least. We'll see how it actually plays out. But I think that should be a pretty valid line of play here for us. So I think it's worth picking up the whistle. Okay. Now again, we're looking for HP. We're looking for percent damage increases too. Those will be pretty good for us as well. Looking for more rocks. That's kind of all the character needs. And one thing I will mention about Ogre, they do struggle a little bit with... Ooh, small fish is pretty good for us here. They do struggle a decent bit with killing elites. That might be an issue. But we can kind of just hopefully get enough move speed to ignore them. Hopefully, we'll see. Ooh, I'll take a piggy bank here. We're definitely early enough for the piggy bank to be pretty worthwhile for us. But gotta be careful we don't get tricked by piggy bank into just stockpiling money forever. At some point, we will fall off if we don't spend money, right? So, I think a piggy bank is just, like, kind of convenient that it's here, but we shouldn't, like, super focus on getting, like, super high money count to get more interest. If we can get some interest value, it's nice, but we shouldn't super lean into it, because that's how we fall off and die. Oh, also another secret mechanic with Ogre I found out about recently, which I don't 100% know is true. I'll look at the combat tracker here after, because I haven't looked at it too closely. I've been told that Ogre is guaranteed to see 2 horde combats and 1 elite combat in the game. We'll see if that actually is true or not. It's something that is apparently like kind of like secretly coded in. Would love an attack speed upgrade here normally, except not on this character. Yeah, 2 hordes. Look at that. Interesting. Take another fish. Fish is pretty good. Shirt we won't need. More rocks is good. I'll take honestly gentle alien pretty good. Pretty happy with that. I don't know if I want metal plate here. I think we actually have enough defense for the time being. I think I want to focus a little bit more on offense right now. Our rocks all have 100% scaling with melee damage, so mastery is pretty good for us. And I think we just lock here for more money with piggy bank. Maybe we don't roll down any further. Right, the piggy bank is making us $20 per round. In 3 rounds, it's already made back the money we spent on it, right? So that's kind of my philosophy on the piggy bank, at least. Don't get too max or interest pilled, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Just take what you can get and be pretty happy with it. Okay. Getting some shark spawns to show up now. Not too worried. My damage feels a little bit low. Oop. There he is. Please die. Yeah, the movement speed wasn't too bad on the whistle. That's fine. Ooh. Tree. Any loot drops? That was a little bit spooky. There we go. We're fine. You know what? Monkey, sure. We can take that. That's fine. I'll take 12% damage there. Looking for like some HP upgrades. We don't have any dodge going for our build here, so the purple dodge doesn't look great. I will definitely take 9 max HP. Looks pretty solid. These are kind of stinky. Like, Weird Ghost is maybe, it's plus 3 HP, which is good, but I don't know if it's worth the risk. A little late for Wheelbarrow. We don't have very much harvest focus. I don't think it's time to start focusing on it now. Injection kind of bad for us. I'll take the Alien Worm, I think, here. I will take another rock. So we're all rocked out. I think we just go next here. There we go. That felt like a pretty good shot for us here. I feel like quite a bit stronger. We're doing like 100 damage per hit. In the mid to late game, we honestly will really only be one-shotting these guys and getting the explosions to trigger off of them. But you can see, like, the explosions will kill other people too, right? That's sort of the point. And the chain reaction explosions is really cool. I don't know. I just visually think it's really neat to see, like, you do your rock attack and then like a wave of explosions goes out and just kills the entire screen. Visually, I think it's very cool. And it is a unique character because no other character really does that, other than characters that use like actual explosion attacks, right? Like if you have like a rocket launcher focused character or whatever. But no one really does it like Ogre does it, I feel like, which is I think pretty neat. Anyway, I'll take an upgrade here for HP. More HP seems pretty good. Okay, next rock level I believe gives us one armor, 2 HP, and I think the next level gives us 2 HP of each. Defective steroids here. Great item for us. Gold skull, honestly worth it for the cost, I think. Just thinking about Pocket Factory here. I like it, but it's not good in this team. I'll take a bait. I feel pretty strong. I don't think we have to worry too much about that. Statue, I think, is bad for us here. Get another goat skull. We're not going crit focused. Ritual's good. We get a little bit of life steal. We're taking it mostly for the damage though. And we'll take another rock, and I think we'll just go. So just quick check in on the piggy bank here. It's already made us $43. It hasn't quite broken even then because I think we spent 50 something on it, but I think here it'll be okay now. Okay, the baits have been killed. Gotta be a little careful because they will spawn like earlier than like most of the little squishies show up, so you can't really like you know, get them into a wave of squishies and kill all the bait at once easily. It's definitely doable for sure, but it's not like a guaranteed easy kill on the base with this character. You got to be a little bit mindful about it. Okay. Yeah, this is still pretty smooth. Ooh, I think that was a blobfish kill there. We don't want to stack up Curse in this character if we can help it, but Curse sometimes is very good. If you see a certain really good Curse item enabler, consider leaning into Curse a little bit more. If you see like an early fish hook, Curse can do some pretty crazy stuff for your run, but it obviously depends. It's case by case. We can take a little bit of luck here. We don't have any luck yet. It seems fine. But we immediately get a black belt, which is pretty good for us. I think we'll just take that and go back into the negatives on luck. Alien's pretty good. I'll take the lemonade here. We took the alien worm, so that'll offset the negative that gave us, which I think is fine. Missile, very good for us here. Tentacle, very bad for us right now. And Muscly Dude is, like, fantastic. This is a very good hit here for us. I think we'll lock in the missile. How are our explosions looking? Our explosions do 136 damage, right? And our rocks do 109 damage. That's pretty good. That is a pretty good situation to be in here, I'd say. Okay. I'm not positive on this. I don't have really strong opinions about any of the characters too much in the DLC. But I do think that Ogre might be the strongest DLC character. Not taking into account random weapons. I know some people... My understanding of, like, the competitive, like, focus scene for Brotato is that a lot of people, they try to win streak playing random, which means a random character and a random starting equipment item, or random starting weapon, I should say, right? And for that, the meta is definitely different, I think, because certain characters are very strong when they have the right item and very weak when they have the wrong starting item, right? Druid last video was a good example of that, right? You really need the pruners to start with so you can start scaling luck early. If you don't have pruners, it kind of does fall apart. This character, I don't know if it's that dependent on rocks, but rock definitely a good starting weapon for sure here. I don't know. It's worth thinking about at the very least, though. I'll take the speed out here at this point. That should be pretty solid. You know, I'll take a little bit more armor. Pearl, we don't have the luck for it right now, but I will take a rock here, absolutely. You know what? Dynamite is an item that I oftentimes ignore. I talked about this in the last video. When an item is bad on like 90% of the cast, I just see it and ignore it. Like, I don't even like process that it's there. On this character, obviously, we have a lot of explosions, so this will be a damage increase for those explosions, which is pretty good here. I will take a rock. I will take the celerity here. I think I'll just buy the goldfish and we'll go next here. Should be good. Now, on this combat, it's going to be hard to get those explosion triggers because we gave the enemies double HP. So we have to basically do quadruple their health and damage to get the explosions. But as you can see, we are getting explosions off the small guys still. So that's good. The celery tea, aka celerity, is pretty good, but you need to be you know, mindful that it's not going to be good in the late game. But it's certainly good now. I'm pretty confident in saying the scaling XP gains pretty cool, in my opinion. So I'm happy to have it here. Yeah, the end, honestly. Not much else to say about it. And as long as we're still getting our explosion procs here off the weak enemies, it's a pretty easy fight still, I think. So that's fun. Incendiary turret, I'll just recycle here. It's very bad for us. Sure, more armor, I guess. Why not? 12% damage looks pretty good. Power generator is pretty decent. I'll buy that. We'll roll here and we'll look for some speed upgrades. Ooh, extra stomach is like kind of gigantic for us here. That's sort of like game winning, I feel like. This early in the game. We don't have any trees, I don't think. Yeah, unfortunately, I think we saw one and we didn't buy it because it was super early and I was trying to get more rocks. But we still see a lot of HP item drops here. It's not a guaranteed +8, but it's a decent number of plus HP per round here. I didn't really mouse over it too long there. If you didn't know what the extra stomach does, when you pick up a consumable item when at max HP, so like the food on the ground, you pick up a consumable item while at full HP, you get +1 to your max HP, right? Up to a cap of, I think, 8 per level, right? That's like the idea. So we're going to be really looking for tree drops here so we can get some max HP. But even like if we only get like 4 per level, it's a really good pickup for us here. Although maybe that was we're taking a lot of damage here. We actually don't have much sustain on this build. So maybe that was actually a bit of an overestimate of how much we'd get per level. We need to invest in like regen at this point, I think. Regen or maybe lifesteal. One of the two. Yeah. Ooh, loot goblin. Ooh, didn't kill him, unfortunate. That's pretty bad for us. Looking for regen here. I'll take max HP. Don't twist my arm on it here, right? Yeah, we'll combine these just so I can make sure. Yeah, it's +2 and +2. I think optimally we want as many purple rocks because getting the +2 HP is pretty important, I think. And the extra armor for red rocks, not super vital, I don't think. Leather vest was pretty bad to me. We already have so much armor, and losing HP means we lose damage, which I think is pretty bad for us. Currently have no curse, so I don't want to take the corrupted shard now. But at some point that's not bad. Cake is a pretty easy pickup here. Take the rock. It's worth considering the hammer here. We still maintain our blunt focus. We lose a little bit of max HP for it, but it does a lot of damage per hit. I think we actually sell the gray rock or the common rock here, and I think we take this next round. The knockback bonus doesn't matter. That's not too important, but I think again, 231 damage is a lot of overkill. So that's pretty good. You definitely want that. This way of having a lot of heavy enemies. I'm not noticing a lot of the squishies here. There we go. Our explosion is actually outpacing our melee damage right now. So we can trigger an explosion on the mantises, which will then trigger the chain reaction still. But the melee hits isn't really killing them too consistently. Or isn't triggering explosions too consistently on them, so... something to be mindful of. Okay. Now... Ooh. I forgot we have the extra stomach. I should be trying to really avoid damage here so I can get some more max HP hits here. And also looking for either regen or lifesteal so we can hopefully get that stomach hit more consistently too. Oh, you know what we do actually? We just combine. We combine and buy. We don't have to sell the rock. That is probably better for us. Cyclops Worm looking pretty good here, but I think we just want to focus on defense. And again, regen more than anything right now. I really want to get some sort of regen hit here. That's not regen. It's not really for us, I don't think. Saltwater's fine. You know, give me the alien worm. Alien worm. I don't want to lock saltwater. It's not worth locking, I don't think, but it's not bad. These are pretty bad for us. We just go next. We have a horde combat here too. Trying to not take damage so I can get those HP pickups here. Okay. I'm doing a bad job of not taking damage, I will say. You look at those chain reacts though when they go. It's crazy, man. I think the explosions can trigger lifesteal as well. I should maybe get looking more into lifesteal here on this build. Ooh, I see the loot goblin there. Very good. Yeah, I just think this character is so neat when you like on these horde combats where you do like we're just killing like 800 enemies in a single swipe. It's neat. I don't know, man. I think this character is cool. Trying to come in here and get the materials. I didn't quite get to them in time. Got some HP upgrades there at the end though from the health pickups, which is pretty good. Jelly, sure, why not? Armor's at 20. Max HP looks pretty good here. Ooh, I don't think the robot armor is worth it, but it is tempting. I'll take this here, I think. I'll take the weird food. Take another spyglass. That seems fine. I'll take... Oh, fairy I will take as soon as I actually buy it next turn. Bowler hat. The lower attack speed gives us more explosion damage. But I just don't think the actual stats it gives us are worth the cost. So I think we just lock that. Or we don't lock it. We just ignore it. Okay. Trying to go as long as we can without taking damage so we can maybe get a couple of sneaky HP upgrades here. Not getting any tree spawns or item drops, though. Kind of unfortunate. Oh, I see the tree. Oh, I gotta make my way over there. There we go. Immediately take damage. Fantastic. Okay. Okay, this is going pretty well so far. Obviously. I mean, that kind of goes without saying here. But elites are still going to be an issue. We have one elite we still have to fight. I think it's coming up pretty soon, right? We have one elite that can cause problems though for us, though, still. So you need to be mindful of that. Okay. Range damage. No, pretty bad for us. Max HP looking pretty good still. We're at the point where we might want to start taking some attack speed upgrades, though. Because it will... we have so much HP. We can afford a little bit of attack speed to make it so we can trigger the explosions more often, basically, right? These are all really bad rolls, man. Give me something useful here. Come on. You know what? Lifesteal. Sure. That's good enough for me, I think, here. Definitely take another rock. We now have all purple rocks and one red, which is what we wanted. Pretty good. Well, I will take this. And then spring looking very... coil, sorry, not spring. Coil looking very good here. Okay. So the general plan for this elite is to be trying to fight them within mobs of enemies so we can get the explosions to hit them. That's ultimately the goal here. We don't, with our low attacks, we don't have great single target damage. Like, for example, like that did so much damage to the elite there. That one cluster of mobs on top of them. Very good stuff. He's kind of not cooperating anymore now, which is annoying. We might just have to kind of focus him down here. I think that's the plan. There we go. Good stuff. Trying to regen myself back up here so I can get these fruit pickups without losing any health, although I'm not getting so lucky with that. Okay. Still took some damage, unfortunately, there. Not taking the robot arm. Robot arm pretty bad for this build. Take the HP over the percent damage. Pretty bad items here. Oh, another rock. Sure, why not? And here I'll take the salt water. We don't have any dodge, so weird food looks pretty good. I'm gonna take another rock. Do I want peacock here? It's late into the run. The XP gains aren't that good for us. I think we just go next. Ooh, we definitely lock like all of these. These are so good for us. Holy shit. We can buy the missile. We'll just buy the missile now, but this is really good. Obviously, getting a red hammer is solid. Warrior's helmet's very good for us too. Extremely good item pickups here. For next round, I guess. I should clarify, but yeah. Okay. Kind of an annoying wave here. Not getting too many actual spawns to hit. It's fine. I don't know if I explained it in the last video. These capsule enemies here are really... one of the newer enemies that are really interesting. The way they work is that they're not aggressive. They just spend their time making their way to the capsules. And if you kill the capsule before you kill them, they get enraged like this guy is here, right? And they then become aggressive and try to kill you. If you let them sit in the capsule for too long, if they get to the capsule and sit there for too long, they then become like a fucking demon. And you have to kill them, and they're way harder than the enraged version to kill. Really interesting enemy design. Definitely one of the more complex enemy designs in this game, for sure. That was a pretty low wave. You know what controversial take here, maybe? I'm taking the attack speed. I want a little bit more attack speed on this one. Our explosions already hit hard enough. We don't need to worry too much about them. I'm going to take the hammer, and I'm going to hold these two, and I'm going to buy the steroids. Steroids is pretty good for us. Okay. This run's looking pretty over. Or, you know what? I'm going to say it. And if you unsubscribe, I understand, no hard feelings. The run's looking pretty ogre. Okay, I give you permission to leave now. It's okay. I appreciate you watching. That one was terrible. You have my permission to not watch anymore. Okay, we're actually finally getting some stomach value here, which is good. It's a max of 8 per level. So we're pretty. We actually already hit it. Yeah, we're not getting any more HP from the pickups now. So good to know. Fight 20 shouldn't be too tough here. Again, we don't do great damage to elites, but if we can get them just kind of like appear in the enemy spawns, we'll take them out pretty quickly. Oh, that's really good. That's like maybe the single best item in the game for us here. That's nice. I'll take some more speed here. We're in positives on speed now. Did I take the power generator before? I did. Look at that. Nice. Okay. I'll buy these two because they're really good for us. And I think I'll buy a boxing glove. And we'll do this too. That's pretty nice as well. And there's no point in rerolling. We'll just go to the wave 20. That was a little bit of dumb damage for no reason. We could also just ignore the bosses too here. Honestly, that's a pretty viable line as well. We don't have to kill them. I'm taking a lot of damage for kind of no reason here. I should be trying to fight them when they're within a mob of enemies. That would be optimal. Yeah, we're having trouble actually fighting the bosses themselves. That was some good damage we got in though, but we took a lot of damage as well. So let's go back and try to heal a bit. Not healing very much, honestly. I think we're going to settle for not killing them. Hopefully. At this point, I'll just settle for not dying, I think, here. I'm getting kind of clobbered. Okay. We're almost dead. We can just stay away. We'll be fine here. 10 more seconds. See a fruit in the ground I want to pick up too real quick. Dude, that stone skin might have actually saved us here. Ooh, close one at the end. Close one at the end, but we get there. We get there. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. And that'll do it. That's the video. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. Maybe I was just playing badly there. I don't know, but I felt like this was going to be pretty easy. Be careful of the final boss. Be careful of the final boss. I said it pretty early on there, right? But elites, and by extension the final boss, which is just 2 elites basically, are pretty tricky to handle with this character. But it is just kind of smooth sailing all the way to the very end there. So it usually isn't too hard. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and hopefully I will see you next time. Goodbye.